He does.
Allegedly.
Well, in California, you would.
I have to re-record. I had to say it on the camera, on the video feed. So now it's legal.
Bitch.
Because now I have evidence. You guys can be like, he didn't say that he wanted to record me.
Now you have evidence.
I do not consent.
It's too late. It's already happened.
All right, Uncle.
You ready, Lucas?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, play. Martin Scorsese, Alfred Hitchcock. Who else did we invoke?
Catherine
James
Bigelow,
Cameron.
John
Catherine
Carpenter.
Bigelow, John Cameron.
John Carpenter.
James Cameron,
Jim Carpenter,
Jim Parsons, the kid from Young Sheldon.
Bill Parcells.
We invoked it. We said a lot of Simmons earlier.
Jack Fisher.
There were a lot of Simmons.
Derek Fisher.
What a legend. Making that in the playoffs, making that point, what was it, 0.8 buzzer beater off the pass.
I thought you were just going to say making that point.
Making that 1 point.
Making that 1 point. Anyway, we're through the movie. We finished our technical difficulties on the YouTube feed. Thank you. It's quote time. James has got 1 because he didn't bring his notebook. How many do you have, Lucas?
7, I think.
I think that sums up the whole movie.
I've got 9.
Seth?
Scott?
7, maybe?
7.
Most of them are James, I think.
James, do your 1.
So to start, just right when they're talking about going out, evening out the teams, I'm pretty sure I already even said it. But they're like, okay, well, now there's 6 people, so we were planning on going out in even teams, and that just makes it better. And the man that got brought out on his bachelor party to go hunting, that's never gone hunting and does not like it, corrects him. He goes, 5. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah,
Not
that
a
was
killer.
Not a killer. Yeah, not a killer. And he goes straight upstairs to jerk off.
No lie.
And they go, oh, come on. She hasn't cut your balls off yet, has she? That was the rest of that.
Little did they know. Foreshadowing.
That Bigfoot cut off his balls?
No, he just
yeah.
He's a testicle hoarder.
Well, in the shower, it's not necessarily a jerking motion. It's like a rubbing motion. So I think he was...
Would you rub
missing
one out?
Huh?
Rubbing one out?
I was just literally rubbing it out. No, I think he was just like feeling around missing his balls because she did cut them off. Obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
He didn't get a vasectomy. He got neutered.
All right. Seth, you're up. You've got 7, 8, 9. We'll do our halves.
Okay.
That's
What did he say?
He said he has 7 now.
Oh,
I always had 7.
okay.
So I said.
Oh, 7, 7, 9. But I have 8 now, so
9?
just do half.
Okay. I'll do 3.
7, 7, 8.
Okay.
So the first one is D.B. Cooper making his threats up on the plane. He says, "You should really read that note right now. I have a bomb."
God damn it. Wrapped in twine.
He did.
She's like, I'll read this later. He's like,
Yeah.
You should. Why did he hand her a note if he told her?
0 to 60. Oh, this one's from James. It's when you first get a good look at Bigfoot either walking around or his face, and James goes, he has kind of a Conor McGregor look, which you mentioned earlier already.
Just that walk. Every
Yeah.
time they show him fully walking, his shoulders dipped and arms swinging.
I think this is also James. It's during the mirror scene where they're shooting guns around. Or just waving guns
Is this
around, I guess.
appropriate?
So we're watching a whole montage of gay porn and James just goes, yeah, this guy's gay.
No, it was the last little chubby one. And there's some about him. But I said that when they're at the pool, when he's at the pool, and the guy that gets fondled gets murdered.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he goes, whatever the name is, yells it. And he goes, what the hell's going on here?
He was scared.
I'm gay.
I think that was another one of my quotes, actually. That's funny.
Is it?
Let me see. Oh, yeah, that is one of them.
There's 4.
My
Yeah,
apologies.
it was... No, it was good, though, because I guess that was when James said it, but he hears his buddy screaming inside the house, and the guy's, what is it now? Like, he's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't just like I'm annoyed yell. That's like, I'm
Yeah.
literally getting fondled and murdered.
Why are you pulling me?
So you're closer to the mic.
Brandon, don't stretch my shirt. This is my favorite shirt.
You lean
His best
further
one.
away.
I thought you
You
were trying
hate
to
the
set
mountain
us up.
goats. Lucas,
Love the mountain goats.
What up?
your turn.
My first quote is in the narration when he's talking about meeting the dudes out in the woods. He was like, "They seemed like a great group of guys. They're just like shirtless guys in the woods with guns."
They
Group of
come
guys.
out like it's a clown car.
Yeah. And then the same group of guys, when they're going on a hunt, the leader of them emphatically says, "Let's kill some birds." They're going out turkey hunting.
They love it.
When he's walking through the house, one of them, I don't know.
birds.
The second one walking through the house after Morgan's been killed, he's being stalked by Bigfoot, and he hears this big, loud, large growl. Like, "Rah!" And he goes, "Morgan!" It's like Morgan is not making that noise.
That was the little one.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say, is that a squirrel?
And then in the narration, right after our character Bernie smashes in another bro's face in with a gun, he says there was nothing else I could do. In narration, there's a lot else you could do. You could just leave him alone.
Damn it, that was me. Yeah, after hitting a man across the face with a gun for no reason, that man was stubborn as I was. There's nothing else I could have done. I was like, why did he do that?
It's just
Yeah.
no scene of an argument or anything.
No.
Just a casual one-line debate between each other.
But
Yeah.
it turned out it paid off because he was clearing the area for his buddy Dan.
And
Yeah.
the man he knocked out did not turn into Bigfoot.
No.
I like he took credit for it. He's like, there were a couple guys up here, but I took care of them. You knocked out one of them, and the other four, I don't know how you know they're dead, but they're dead because of Bigfoot.
They won't
He
be a
said
problem.
he didn't hurt him. He's like, I had to take care of one, but he's not dead.
So what did he think happened to the rest of the guys?
He didn't.
He didn't know.
He was just the immediate area was clear. I took it as.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought he was saying that, like, I took care of everybody.
Yeah, he said there were others, but he's like the only one that followed me this way. I took it.
Okay. I misunderstood then. My bad.
So I've had 3 taken.
Nice.
Like I said, there's so little dialogue in this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So
chance
yeah,
to
the
be taken.
stewardess, it's a bomb. I have a bomb. That makes 5 out of a lover, not a killer. And that one you just said, there's nothing else I could have done. So I'll do 3 right now.
Good
You
job.
already said this one too, James, but now I had heard stories growing up about things lurking in the woods, and as a kid, those stories scared me. But monsters take on different guises when you're fighting in Vietnam. I thought I'd seen it all, but boy, was I mistaken.
Vietnam
Great.
vet, and this man casually Scooby-Doo peers around a tree as this man that he's working for that has all the money is in a jiu-jitsu match
Yeah.
with Bigfoot.
Wildlife.
You could do a little more to help him.
It is the first mention of Vietnam, but let's see.
It was just a casual drop too. It seemed like a throwaway line. Just like, oh yeah, he's a Vietnam vet as
Yeah.
well.
My
That's
next
why I had
one
the
is
dog
from
tags on.
the short Latino man. He goes, I don't know what I'm doing next, but I know what I have to do right now. Bathroom break.
What a random. Just
Good
need to
line.
get someone separate to get murdered.
And he goes, he's like, I won't take a shit in the woods like a bear. I gotta go back to the house.
Civilized.
Are there bears in Washington Forest? I'd assume
Oh, yeah.
yes, right?
There's bears like everywhere.
Yeah, so they're like, did you hear of bears in the forest? And he's like, I don't know.
And I guess my last one for right now is when it's either 2 sets of 2. I don't know if it's the Latino man is left and it's the other 2, or if it's Noel and Bernie, but they go, one of them goes, where are all the goddamn turkeys? And the other guy goes, well, does this answer your question? He just gestures to a pile of bloody bones.
And one of the main bone it shows is bigger than any turkey's
It's a
bone.
femur,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Does
a
this
big,
answer your question? I was like, no, not at all.
that answer are humans out here dying while they eat all the turkeys we came to hunt.
Yeah.
Does this answer your question? No, I have more questions.
Question.
Is that DB Cooper?
That was DB.
That's
Cooper,
DB Cooper's
pile of
bones.
bloody
His bones.
Seth, finish this off.
Fine. Bossy. Where was I?
I feel like
I
an
don't know.
alpha change is happening. And it's Lucas's cat.
Oh. Now
Ginger was always the boss.
this is another one from James, where it's the 20 minutes of the guys posing in the mirror,
Get out of here.
and it's like 4 guys in a row, all posing, shooting their guns, and then we finally get like an outside shot of the house, and James goes, "We're outside." We struck gold. He was so happy to be done with that scene. This is the small Latino man that Brandon keeps referring to.
The shit man.
The shit man. He's inside the house and he goes, "You better not be trying to scare the shit out of me. It's just my work."
It seemed like that was a force. Like, why is he here again? Oh yeah, he had the shit. Let's make him say this again, so everyone remembers.
Which I had forgotten about. I thought he was just giving him the weakest threat of all time. He's like, "Don't try to scare me because I'm easily scareable and it'll work."
That man might have shit his pants. Who knows? He might have. No, he ran away out of the house, and that's when Bigfoot walked around the corner.
Yeah.
And we never saw his body again. I definitely assumed the little gay guy by the pool was going to run into his body.
I did too. And your last one?
I did too. The last one is the one I was writing down when you were talking, and I missed everything you were saying.
Which was?
About the best of the worst on the whatever. It is.
You would have listened to the fucking podcast.
Yeah, while I'm on it. But it's towards the end when Bernie, D.B. Cooper's friend, is shooting at Bigfoot, and Bernie's like, "Do you see him?" And he goes, "I don't see a thing." But he's wearing aviators the whole time. It's like,
Yeah.
take them fucking sunglasses off. It's bright as hell.
In a wooded glen.
Yeah. I don't see anything. Yeah, you're wearing visors.
We didn't know his eyes were just dilated.
Lukas finishes off.
I have 3 left. So when they're confronting Bigfoot and they have like a Mexican standoff, DB Cooper goes, "Just like back in Nam, huh? Except the pay's a lot better." Kind of
Yeah, the
funny.
pay is a lot better. Apparently.
And then
This is
even though
just like the
even though there was
It
great pay,
invokes Nom.
even though there's great pay at the end, after they're grappling, he kills Bigfoot. He's like, "Oh man, you did it! You killed Bigfoot!" And then he goes, "No, he got me." Talking about Bigfoot.
He was like, "Well,
Like
can you
he's
give me the
like he's
money?"
Charlie. Yeah. And then he turned. And then my very last one is, I don't even think I said it right, but it was some sort of the narration, and I was just laughing because Eric Roberts narrated. It says, "You can still hear DB Cooper howling in the woods."
No, he did say that.
or I mean, a Bigfoot, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I immediately, that rose a question. Does Bigfoot howl or growl?
Good question.
Howls
would
at the
be-
moon.
Does he? Because that's more of a werewolf thing. This guy's supposed to be an ape.
He's a
Well, so is
vampire.
turning into it, but he did that as well.
Yeah,
Don't-
I guess you're right.
I can't believe D.B. Cooper turned into Bigfoot.
A
And, then,
Bigfoot.
and you can still hear him
He
howl.
turned
One of
into a
many.
Dracula.
So it turns out there's probably clans.
Oh yeah.
Clans of
Cla-
Big Feet.
Clash
Yeah.
of Clans. It's just Bigfoot.
Playing games on his
Yeah.
phone.
CCB.
CCO.
Clash of
CCB.
Clans Bigfoot.
And that's
I
it
got
for me.
it. Yeah.
Get it immediately.
And I've still got 3 left too.
Shit.
They were the
Oh,
same folks.
Lucas died.
There he goes.
That was a straight laptop fall.
My first
does
one
a lot.
is when the 2 guys go back to the house to see the shitting guy after he left them hunting.
Right.
The one guy goes, "I'm gonna go change," and the other guy's like, "Oh yeah? Into what?" And the other guy goes, "Haha, you're a funny man. Funny man." And the other guy goes, "That's why they pay me the big bucks."
I remember the big bucks. I don't remember anything before that.
I don't either.
Because the big bucks, that was the only time he was so
doing this.
animated
Yeah.
talking with his hands.
But it was
a little
like,
ridiculous.
It wasn't funny, and like,
What
why
was
are
the
they paying him for
implication?
that?
Because we never talked about what they did for work, right?
That
No.
guy's a stand-up comedian.
My other 2 things
That was
are
what
not
it was.
quotes. This first one is from the end credits. At one point during the credits, it said sound recordist, Maui Holcomb. And then later it says sound re-recordist, Maui Holcomb.
They fucked up.
And they documented it within the credits.
The same guy re-recorded it all. And my last quote, once again, I said it's not an actual quote. It's on Vimeo because I was like, I don't know how to view this. So you sent me that link. So I rented it on Vimeo for $1.99. I get the movie for a year. But anytime I would like rewind in the movie to take down a quotes, in the top right corner of Vimeo was just a big thing in bold that says you rented this. And I was like, no! I don't
We
want
did
to
it.
rent
Just a reminder. We did it. He did.
This
You-
was not a mistake.
You rented this. I was like, no. So, quotes, there were a cumulative 14 plus 9, that's 23 plus 1, that's 24, with probably 6. So there's probably like 18 quotes between 4 of us. Small dialogue film. But with that, we're getting into our first R. It's ratings.
Oh God.
Critic ratings, Rotten Tomato.
Our first
Percentage.
R, the
Do we
R.
have one?
Seth.
There's
My
this
rating?
percentage.
No. Percentage critics.
There
Rotten
is one.
Tomatoes.
Yes. There is one, huh?
Is there? I haven't gotten verification yet.
Oh, you were asking?
Yeah.
The whole
Yes.
time I was just heard, there is. Like, no, there's not.
No, it's-
You're right. Lucas is right. There's nothing.
I was asking. Okay. Wait,
No, Lucas is right. He's the alpha.
He is the alpha.
There
I'm
isn't
the
one.
omega.
There is not one, but there is an audience. Seth, percentage.
There is an audience.
Rotten Tomatoes.
26.
James?
It's gotta be lower than that. I'd say like
Wait.
I'll give it
hold on,
above
let
a
me tell
1
you
out
something.
of 10. I'll give it 11%.
Brandon
Well, it's
told
not
us,
your
like,
rating.
the
It's
third
the Rotten
episode.
Tomato rating.
What Rotten Tomato
don't
is
get
a yes or
confused.
no if you like it or if you don't like it. It's not like 1 out of 10 scale. It's if you like it or don't like it, and then percentage of people that did or didn't like it.
So this is all the people who've rated it, not your rating. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm guessing out of them, if it's compared to that and it's really going percentages of liked compared to disliked, I'm still sticking with the 11%.
Okay.
Doesn't change his mind at
Change it
all.
all.
There's no way.
It's
I regret
What'd Seth
spending half a
What did
day.
you say?
That's
24?
26.
26.
As is the thing with these movies, though, they get a lot of fake love, as Drake would say. I'll say 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
38, 26, and 11. Our winner today is James.
Oh,
It's a
Nice.
14.
He was close.
I was
That's pretty
waiting
close.
for you to win if you would have skewed his score. And I was like, it's Seth. But no, James fucking took it.
He's a man of his word.
Once again, no critic ratings on IMDb either. Metascore did not have enough, which is why it doesn't like qualify for any of the IMDb ratings. But audience score out of 10. Lukas, reverse order.
The point? No, I can't do that. 1.2.
Okay.
1.3,
Okay.
1.4, do it.
I was just gonna
You
say.
can box either of us in.
Oh, box me.
So 1.2, 1.3,
He's going to do it.
1.1.
Oh, shit. One of you guys is right.
Oh no.
Who is it?
It's Slugworth. It's not Slugworth. It's James. It's a 1.3.
A stunning performance.
That thing 1 above you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
He's
a
our outright
strategy
winner.
around here.
So we've got no critics. Audiences average a 1.3 and a 1.4 for a 1.35, 13 and a half.
Yeah.
James is our winner today, so both of you guys owe the audience a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Subaru.
That's the old prize. Now you owe a Ferris wheel.
And then Subarus don't even work that well. Like the other day, I drove my Subaru really fast down the street because I knew a girl I like was walking down there.
Yeah.
I was just trying to Impreza.
What happened?
It didn't Impreza.
So Subarus are broken because of that?
Yeah, nobody
doesn't get
Subarus
it.
Ferris wheels.
I don't get it. Brandon gets it.
Subaru and praises.
Lucas probably does.
Impressor, Impreza. I'm just saying, I'm very clever with the
It didn't
wordplay.
WRX STI her.
I don't get it.
It didn't take her to Outback.
I wasn't able to take her home and Jaguar her.
Nice.
Freaker. Yeah.
5.7 heavy.
I wish I could have pulled down her pants and Ford Rangered her.
I think I'm the only one that's confused right now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The first one made sense. They
Yeah.
just become ridiculous.
The Outback one wasn't bad, but
Are they all types of Subarus?
yes, except the Ford Ranger. It was clearly a Ford.
The Subaru Ford Ranger.
So yeah, in other words, I'll go in on a Ferris wheel.
The hell's the Impreza? No, you won.
Super Impreza. Yeah, you don't have to. A Super Impreza is like the sporty Subaru.
Fuck that.
Anyway, 13.5 from audiences. Seth, what are you giving this movie? Lasagna scale.
Like, it's tough because it was barely a movie. Like, I've said that before, but this one, like, really was barely a movie, just on technicality's sake. You know, so like a 15, maybe?
I thought you were going to say 4 point something.
No.
1.5.
Huh?
1.5.
No, like a 15 out of 10.
What?
I think. No, it's probably close.
Can he do that?
No.
What did I give Star Wars? 0.1, 0.2?
0.4.
This is probably a 1.4.
Okay.
Maybe.
A 1.4.
A whole point higher than the holiday special.
1.4, 0.8. It's bad. This is really bad. Just because it's so boring.
Okay.
There's nothing going on.
James?
If I brought my notebook, you'd see that the very first note I wrote was a rating for it before we'd seen it.
Shit.
We spent about 25 minutes trying to figure out how to watch this. And honestly, I'm sticking to it because a decimal and a rating out of 10 seems a bit ridiculous. So 1 out of 10.
1.0 out of 10.
Yeah. That
I
is
like
like the first or second note in his note.
And that's
the first note.
That's lasagna scale?
I don't know what lasagna scale. Multi-layered. If we're going multi-layered and we're trying to do a deep dive, which I'm assuming you're doing, and I'm not letting you talk to help explain it to me, I'd say it's more of like if you burnt the top half, burnt the bottom half, and forgot to put the cheese in the middle.
Ricotta?
No ricotta.
Oh, no ricotta?
Someone didn't understand the concept, and they put ramen noodles in the middle.
Because
They
they
didn't
didn't
cook up.
It's lasagna, but it's just more noodles.
You ask on the
Nice.
lasagna scale, and you're like, these guys forgot what lasagna was.
You
So
put
one
ramen
out of 10.
in it. There's a soft-boiled egg in there.
I like the twist on the lasagna scale.
I do
Yeah.
too.
It's great.
Lucas, your score?
I think I'm gonna give this a 6.8
No!
on the movie scale. There was a lot of stuff I genuinely really liked about this movie. I liked some of the classic horror entry examples of it. I did enjoy. Contrary to what you guys did, I guess I kind of enjoyed the structure of the movie.
What?
Where it was just long stretches
really
of singular moods, singular scenes. That was kind of like a creative impulse from the director.
It's
So
too singular.
I think that's just like a different way to make a movie in some ways. I don't think you need a million
bad
cut
way.
snappy dialogue. I think you can have these sort of long, moody set pieces like this movie
I
did.
don't need 22 minutes of changing.
It's a little overdone, yeah, I'll say that. So
That's why it's a
6.8.
6.
Can I interrupt and ask an irrelevant question?
Yeah.
Lucas, what is your favorite movie?
The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Oh,
Favorite movie.
I thought you were going to say Boogie Nights.
That was a lot more culture than I expected off what you just described.
Of course, these guys must be crazy. He said that.
But I've said
He's
Boogie
also-
Nights before in the past too.
Yeah, he has.
It's a tradition in the family.
Yeah, but Boogie Nights, The Town, Good Will Hunting,
Man, you can't really beat out nostalgia for a place in your heart.
Sweeney Todd by Tim Burton.
Philadelphia.
No. I've got 45 movies.
This
I've rated
movie kind
5
of
stars.
invoked Philadelphia in a way.
I think I
This
might
movie
like
kind of invoked
47
Wes
or
Anderson.
D.B.
48.
Cooper essentially caught AIDS.
This is a lot more interesting than the bulk of Wes Anderson's filmography.
It was the 70s.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, I'm going to give it a 1.3.
Like the audience?
Pretty much, yeah. This movie's ass. I did laugh. But, like...
So how we laughed.
I laughed, I cried.
I laughed again.
Changed my sexuality.
For a second there,
Laughed.
for a second there, I really resembled with the short Latino man, all that.
Yeah.
It really spoke to me, but then I remember that it's
Representation,
bad.
the short Latino guy.
I remember that it's
That's
bad
the shit
and
all
that
the
it's 80% exposition B-roll, walking, changing scenes. Like, I mean, I do like your take on Psycho because I did draw that correlation, but otherwise, just bad. It's just a bad movie. Worse than a talking cat. I thought a talking cat at least had dialogue, which apparently is essential when making a movie.
I don't think
Who
so.
would have guessed?
Really, I
Yeah,
think
you
guys
love
are-
Castaway, don't you?
Honestly, I think that's a very a foolish take that you need dialogue or good dialogue to have a good movie.
I think you need
There-
pacing, a decent amount of cinematography.
Pacing, I
Good
think, is the
acting.
important
There's good
part.
cinematography.
Good
Priority
vibes.
right there.
Pacing is horrible in this movie.
I completely agree.
I think I mean it's not paced like an action movie. I think it's paced more like a slow burn.
It's not paced like a movie.
Yeah.
Slow cinema.
We're not comparing it to the Fast and Furious.
Remind me of
John Wick
some
style.
Edward Yang,
It's-
some Taiwanese cinema like that. I don't think you guys are gonna enjoy.
No.
Birdemic is paced better.
Uncle
This is
Boone,
paced
like
like
if
you're
you
walking
guys
down a
didn't like the
sidewalk.
pacing of this one.
It
It's like a
was
dream pace.
No, it's not like a
A
dream pace.
fever
It's paced like
dream
you're
pace.
walking down a sidewalk and
Yes.
somebody shot a cannonball into one of the panels of the sidewalk, and you're like, "Oh, that's fucking sucks. I guess we'll go all jagged." And then suddenly it's dirt, and there's no more
I'm
sidewalk.
changing my score to 1.1 now.
That's an
You're
art.
welcome. It's not an art.
All right,
It's bad art, and it's
It's
not in the
satire.
MoMA.
we're getting
No
into
such thing
a
as
second
bad
art.
art.
Satire.
We're getting
Except
into
for
a
the Star
second
Wars
art. It's
special.
review
And
time.
Lyle.
Drop Dead
Lyle's
Fred.
bad art. Drop Dead. Fred himself.
Lyle-
is bad art.
Drop Dead Fred was way better than this.
Brandon, don't.
Not
You're
a
gonna invoke
chance.
him.
Not a chance.
Sorry,
You're
provoke him.
I'm not invoking Lucas.
You're
I'm
provoking Lucas, which may as well be invoking him because anytime he does anything, it's out of provocation. So technically,
That's
when
right.
you provoke him, you're invoking him.
You're right.
That was a lot of bullshit, and I just did to make myself not sound like an idiot.
Anyway,
There's a
it's the
lot more
second
art going
R.
on here than Fred.
Nope, that's wrong. Moving on.
Wrong. Second art's reviews. No critic reviews, but I do have users. There were only 8 user reviews in IMDb history.
Holy shit.
And one of them was the little songbird.
No.
Damn it!
I took
Any
5.
returners?
Yes.
What? Smells like cheese? You're back?
No. There are 2
Every movie's a
returners.
10.
There are 2 returners, and I took 2 letterbox reviews.
Cool.
Ooh.
First one is by Returner, Band S About Movies.
Yes.
September
he's in a
19th,
lot.
2018, they say, you might be reading this and wonder, should I watch this movie? I'd say yes. You're not going to see another film that has this many repeated shots, this much stock footage. There's literally a 3D render of an airplane used in place of stock
That
footage.
was fun.
And this much ADR.
How did I not bring that up? The propellers weren't even spinning on that CGI.
That was cool.
It's this kind of movie you can brag that you finished. It's 76 minutes of running time. Feels like 76 months. I stuck it out just wondering, would Bigfoot ever battle DB Cooper? I'm going to save you time and tell you that yes, they battle. And that DB Cooper is now Bigfoot. If you want some explanation beyond that, you're going to need to watch the movie yourself.
There
2
wasn't
out of
much
10.
explanation beyond that.
And it's still a
In the movie.
6, huh?
Yeah, it's a twist again.
Just because this is a twist doesn't make it good. Or even mid.
Seth liked the first good twist.
I did.
What was the first good twist?
I don't remember, but I remember agreeing with
That
you.
the
was
short
meeting-
Latino
was
boy was
meeting up
gay.
with that he was meeting up with DB Cooper.
That Bernie, the first
Oh, yeah.
the first twist was 72 minutes into the 76-minute film.
Yes.
Well, that's how twists generally work. That's when they get pulled off.
There shouldn't be a second twist after that. And the next 90
That's where
seconds.
they get you.
They got me for
You
sure.
didn't see it coming.
Anyway,
Twist. Third twist. You didn't know when the second twist was coming.
the next reviewer is by somebody that Seth has typed down into his phone. No God, no masters.
I do.
Yep.
Blasphemy.
They say on April 28, 2018, it is clear the whole aspect of male erotica is to spoof the basic horror film genre of using perfectly built women who jog, shower, and pose to the delight of male audiences. Yes, it was overkill to drive home the point, although Miss Quigley made her living showing her wares in such films. Thank you for Night of the Demons. Once you realize what they're doing, it isn't that bad. It just doesn't get any better. It might be funny to a group of ladies. 1 out of 10. This person got it, and they still rated it a 1, Lucas.
Oh, so I'm supposed to conform to them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry, IMDb reviewer. I take back all my beliefs and values.
This is somebody that Seth looks up to. He has his name written in his phone.
I'm in Seth's phone too. under friend.
true.
Anymore. I mean, he's written in my phone as a nomination for best user reviewer, not because I respect that.
No, you do.
Okay.
I didn't know that was an option. I'm gonna start reviewing on IMDb.
You could
You
win
should.
user
That's the way to
reviewer.
get
Okay,
his-
you guys
get
sent
to his
me
heart.
a schedule of your movies. I'm gonna go review all those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent you a schedule of the
But
last.
you probably won't win season 6 because there's 2 films left.
Well,
That'll
I'm
be-
saying. Yeah, no, you're right.
Just wait until what I write.
Go what? No. If you go watch Ishtar and you give it a glowing review and speak poetically
This show's pretty good.
ad nausea, I think you might win it. I think Lucas might give you his
I
vote.
think
Lucas
I'll-
will give you a 5.
I'll go in the
It starts pretty
mindset
good.
of like the funny Amazon reviews, and just go over the top about how this
We-
movie saved my marriage.
Yeah. We
That's-
do like a good bit in the review.
Yeah, classic Bevo.
It's true.
But next
David
review,
Cronenberg's mom.
non-returner Irish Boy 141 on October 24, 2018.
4-1.
Yeah. They say, awful, awful, awful. This movie is cheap, slow, and pathetic. At one point, I fast-forwarded through the slog, and it was as if the film should have gone this speed. It seems to be running at normal speed when on fast-forward. Dump this pile of vomit in the pit of hell where it belongs. Never watch. You'll be bored. To death! 1 out of 10.
They didn't get it.
That guy's got my vote for the best reviewer just because of the tone you put on. To death!
Brandon reads these phenomenally.
He's a good reader.
Next is by... Thank you, guys.
Yes.
And
I love it
except
when you
Thursday.
read
I'm
stupid
so
reviews.
good at reading.
Anytime there's a guy that loves a stupid movie and he talks like an idiot, Brandon's got the perfect voice for it.
It was Brandon.
It was me. That's how I get in.
You ever seen Brandon and the reviewer in the same room at once?
No.
Next is by Phenoloculus.
That was the best
Mhm.
time to stutter after we just talked to you so much.
Can't read.
By Phenoloculus. The directing, the writing, editing, and acting, everything about the film was complete crap and lazily put together. It's just an excuse for the director to make a fetish film. If you're into fetish films, then go ahead and watch it. For those into failed abortions like this, you can start jacking off 20 minutes into the film. Oh, and I think I died a long time ago, and these films are part of my eternal punishment. Ha! 1 out of 10.
He has my vote for the worst IMDb review. What a just stupid.
Yeah, he's so wrong.
Stupid comment.
And what was their
I
name?
don't think he's wrong. I like fetish movies.
Yeah. Funiculus.
It was a.
Phenoloculus. Never mind. sorry.
Phenoloculus.
Next reviewer, my last IMDb reviewer is by Jan Hope. April 23rd, 2017. They say, this is slightly better than most soft gay clothed suggested movies. It is a handsome, well-built cast of early 20-something guys who find many reasons to take off their clothes, especially in front of a mirror. There's a Bigfoot, as the title suggests, but there are no real special effects. Guys with big muscles in their briefs in a big mansion is the main draw. There is no nudity, but it is probably aimed at the over 18 crowd. Some violence, but no real gore. Beautiful wooded scenery. 6 out of 10.
Good review.
That's it, huh, Lucas?
You didn't quite get the spoof angle of it, but you enjoy what you enjoy.
Do we think this is a spoof?
No. No. Wait.
Are you a siren?
Yes.
Oh shit! What have I done? Oh, that one's full.
And then I've got 2 letterbox reviewers. The first one's by Brady. January 20th, 2023. This is like 2.5 months ago. They say, I just read this and I laughed. I love when D.B. Cooper said, it's Coopering time, and Coopered all over Bigfoot. 5 out of 5.
That is funny.
You need to let go of more.
He bored.
You need to let him go.
I found a review that invoked Morbius, and I had to put it in.
What's next? What's the
But it
last?
did.
It did.
It
What's the last
did.
review? I'm tired of Morbius, man.
My last review is by Justin DeClue.
DeClue.
He's got it.
They say,
Gets it. Get a clue, man.
They say, I'm about to watch WrestleMania with pals over the web. Perfect time to listen to the commentary track for Bigfoot versus DB Cooper. Over fuzzy audio, David Dakota and Linnea Quigley joke about their careers. I am not aroused by ripped shirtless young men or by DB Cooper, but I do love Bigfoot. He wanders around in this. He watches shirtless young men masturbating in the shower. DB Cooper sits on a plane. Bigfoot slowly moves his hand towards a guy's dick. The shirtless men wander around a big mansion. A horse appears. DB Cooper parachutes
There was a
from
horse.
the plane.
There was a horse.
Randomly.
DB Cooper parachutes from the plane, stock footage, and he lands in front of a Bigfoot. They fight. Bigfoot dies, but he bit him, so DB Cooper turns into Bigfoot. Off screen. The end.
Did he bite him though?
Yes.
Yeah, you heard a little biting sound
Yeah.
Okay.
in the fight. But the main part of that comment is he says he's not how did he word it? Sexually attracted man. How did he word that guy?
He's sexually attracted to a Bigfoot.
Yeah, but
He says, I'm not aroused by ripped, shirtless young men.
and yet he starts it off with saying, I'm about to watch WrestleMania over the web.
But this
with
isn't the
someone."
end. He did say the end, but then he says, time for WrestleMania. And then, edited the review, says epilogue. We watched WrestleMania for 90 minutes, got bored, and we all watched The Postman instead. What a twist! Not
What a
applicable
twist.
rating.
He just put it non-applicable.
Yeah, he didn't rate it.
Probably rated that separately.
Probably.
It's hard to
No,
have a clear
the
head
whole
after you
rating
cut off.
for Bigfoot versus DB Cooper wasn't in there either. He didn't rate that movie.
Seemed like he liked it.
What did he do? What was this?
He watched
He just wrote a
WrestleMania
review, but he
Journey.
didn't rate it.
A review of what, apparently?
WrestleMania, Bigfoot versus DB Cooper, and the
And the
post.
post.
audio book of the commentary.
Yeah.
That's right. You know, we should listen to that.
Or we could look at a horse and get the same thing.
When we're watching, he's coming up the path, and you see the horse in just the corner of the screen behind the fence, and Seth goes, "That doesn't look like they planned on that."
James and I both thought it was like Bigfoot lurking behind them, which would have been like a cool. If the director was like intentional, let's put a horse by to trick the audience into thinking Bigfoot's right there.
Yeah.
But there's no way I trust David Dakota enough to intentionally put a horse in to scare us into thinking it's Bigfoot.
It's funny because as I was watching Birdemic at the theater last night, it's funny because I brought this up during Birdemic, because there's a scene where they're having a picnic on a beach while all the birds are attacking, and there are live birds in the background. I was like, what the fuck are those? But that is the end of this episode. Are you recommending this film, Lucas?
Yeah, I think this is a funny spoof with some creative craft laced inside of it. I think if you get it, you get it. If I think you don't, you don't. But you might be the ones who get it. But yeah,
I doubt it. Seth?
I think if maybe you're really high with a bunch of buddies, it might be a little more enjoyable.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll recommend it to those people. But
James?
no to my mom.
Okay.
The only time, any situation where I could see being high with a couple of buddies and watching this is if you're high on Molly and also homosexual. So no, I would not recommend this movie to anybody. I would recommend maybe outside time, stare at a wall. It will be more enjoyable.
Okay.
I regret this was my first episode.
And I'm also not going to recommend it. I am going to say to Lucas, or like echo off of Lucas and say, if you want a good spoof, like horror film, watch Zombieverse. That's way more fun than this was.
Zombieverse is so good.
Yeah. And so that's going to end it this week. We hope you liked the episode. Thank you, James, for tuning in,
Thanks for having me on.
joining us. Not tuning in. You're not
Yeah, he's
listening
here.
right now.
I'm kind of listening only to Lucas. Right?
This is a shout out to future James. Thank you for tuning in to listen to yourself.
Hey, and I'm gonna say right now, even before it happened, you're welcome.
No, yeah.
To your future self.
And for all of you diehard listeners, we got Ishtar coming next week.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
For
right.
sure. We're tossing between 2 action Netflix films for the final: Red Notice or The Gray Man. And then we got our season 6 bracket before we kick off season 7, our 100th episode of the main series, with my birthday episode. Fuck you, listeners! This is my podcast! And your guys's.
I'm just a guest.
Again. So, we hope you enjoyed, like I said. Have a good week. Send Lukas some recipes.
It'd be
God,
funny
that
if we
would-
didn't say goodbye or have an outro.
This guy's like dying over here. He has
Supposed
no.
to cut it there.
He has no recipes.
Tuberculosis.
He has tuberculosis.
Literally
I
died.
definitely saw him cough into a napkin.
But
Lots of
Blood
other than
style.
that, we're gonna bid you a leg
Douche.
trembling, sweat-ridden,
Jesus Christ.
tear jerking,
That's not
penis jerking,
tear jerking.
homoerotic, sexually driven
50 Shades of Gay.
Gadoosh.
douche.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Shades of Gay.
Good douche.
I thought that's what you were describing.
No, he was just talking about porn that he cries at.
Oh, we all do that.
So he was
I'm
like,
just talking
leg,
about
you said leg trembling and then tear jerking.
and dick jerking. I'm
He
just
did say
talking about
dick jerking.
movies, baby.
Let's go.
No, you can't. You have to go to Kevin's.
I do.
You fool. How's the
And it's 7:15.
Let's get out of here.
Hot damn.
All right. See you, boys. Thanks for
Bye,
having me,
Luke.
James.
Good. Nice being here.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's got out of there.
And he's gone.
And good.